So now we'll talk about module. Like what are modules? And like you must, if you've seen Svelte code there, you might have come across such kind of code. Okay. So script context module, those who do not know about script, go to the initial video. It talks about the script tag. So script tag with a context equal to module attribute runs once when the module first evaluates rather than for each component instance. Okay. So values declared in this block are accessible from a regular script and the component markup, but not vice versa. Okay, you can access values in this script context module in the rest of the code, but not reverse. You can export bindings from this block and they will become exports to the compile module. Interesting. You cannot export default since the default export is a component itself. Makes sense. Variables defined in the module scripts are not reactive. Reassigning them will not trigger a re-render even though the variable itself will update. For values shared between multiple components, consider using a store, which we have talked about in the last video. Just a second. Okay. So let's go on again. Like a script tag with a context module attribute runs once when the module first evaluates rather than for each component instance. This is a difference, right? When we create Svelte component and every time we use it anywhere, a new instance is created. So they're saying that the code, if it's the module tag, will be only run once. That's interesting, right? So values declared in this block are accessible from a regular script, but not vice versa. You cannot export default. We already covered this. Okay, let's play around with module. Let's take a test component. Okay, script context module, right? Yeah, context module script. Now let's come to the normal script tag and we'll just h1 component input button click. Yeah. So let's call this test component. Just use it here. Okay. Now, because we have to see whether it initialized more than once, we'll do this also. Let's call it box. We'll copy this, all good, but what we'll do is remove the module part and we will change this button to box button, something like this. Right. Actually, we'll just import test component here also. Basically, a setting up, and then we'll use test component here. Also, right, and we'll import box here also. Okay, just for some difference, I'll make. Oh, let's do this. Okay, sorry. I'm supposed to do it here. Yeah, and so that it's something different, we will just make it something like, yeah, let's do this. Let's list equal to, we'll make an array first, right? C1, C2, C3, and then each as element, each test component. Okay, and let's pass a few things here. Export header, yep, and let's make header as element. Okay, so let's look what we have done. We've created test component as a base. We made a context module. We have not written anything here. And then the script there's export let header is a standard variable. We're using this here. And then this input, there's a part in box. We have made just an array of 3 strings, and then using the each iterator in Svelte, we have iterated with a list, and for each one of them we have rendered this component in the box component, and the header we've passed this header, we have passed value as element, which is C1, C2, C3, and you can see these, and then we've imported this box in the main app. This is our initial setup, right? Now what can we do with module, right? Like what if, so for example, they have made this function, right, which they yeah, so yep, let's just use this function. Why not? So alert total components, right? And then they have said total components plus equal to 1. Will that work? That'll work. Yep, they say it works. Total components not defined. Let total components equal to 0. Okay. And every time we click, right, let's alert on click. Let's call this function. Okay. Interesting. Did we click? Something may trigger. Okay. Interesting. The rendering itself is triggering it. We're not clicked yet. Oh, I think this is what this. Yeah, I just called the function instead of referencing it here. Okay, so now the setup is done. So let's click components 3, 3, 3, y. So okay, let's do one more thing. We'll export let count. Okay, and let's display the count also. Header, count equal to count. Okay, so this is, so in this case what we see is every time this component gets rendered, and actually no, what we can do count plus equal to 1. So what we have done is, let's understand setup. There's these two variables, total components and count. Okay. This total components variable is in the module, and this is in the script, the context of test component. Previous setup I already explained how we rendered 3. So every time the component gets initialized in box, which is 3 times, export let count equal to 0, export let header total components plus equal to 1, and count plus equal to 1. So every time it gets initialized, this executes only once before initialization, right? The first time, basically, when this the module first evaluates. So when this is first time evaluated, this runs once, the function is created, done. Actually, we can move the function here also, right? And yeah, okay. Basically, I'll go back just for simplicity, but not to show like the. Okay, the function, it could be both ways. That does not matter in the example you've taken, but coming back, so this gets evaluated, this part of the code gets evaluated only once. This function gets created and total components equal to 0. Now every time this component gets initialized, this code gets executed, right? So export let count equal to 0, count plus equal to 1. The count remains once in this context, but total components plus equal to 1. So it keeps on increasing 3 times. Every time we click 3, 3, and 3, right? So this shows that how, anything which we've included in module gets evaluated only once, and anything which you've loaded or defined or coded in the script tag will get evaluated every time the component initializes. So what are other use cases which you can do with module? Imagine you have to load, imagine you are making a component or input box with the country codes, right? And you have to load it somewhere. You have to load it from a JSON file and pass it. I'll just do it here once. So it will be passed only once, and then I can use as many times the component, the parsing, and I can use that passed variable here, right? Any data which you have to load, which remains independent of that component initialization, but is common across all the versions of the component and all the renderings of the components. In that case, I will put it in module. So that is one of the ways where we can use module. Second way, we just saw that if you want to hold a variable, let's say, imagine if you would like to render something of this sort, right? Every time you render one more, you just want that count to increase without worrying about how many times you rendered, like in a game, right? If you want to have bullets, right? For example, I want to have a bullet, right? And context module bullet fired equal to 0, right? Script, sorry, let bullet fired script. This is not the script. And here we can put a button which on click, every time we click, it fires a bullet, right? Bullets fired, fire plus plus, fire. Okay, let's say made a game, and you put, I'll do a box for now, fire bullets, right? And you also want to have, so we can import. I just control reduce my typing, type the whole thing, but yeah. So import bullet, and let's say I want to show the let's make this first we'll do this, then I'll make it more interesting. Yeah, fired. Then I want to put a div which has style height 100 pixel, width 100 pixel, background black, right? And I want to put here also, and let's see, is it system? Yeah, let's say there's this game screen which you have. You want to put it on the both the sides, right? Is everything okay with the code? Yep. Okay. So okay, and clicking on this, it's not changing. So is this variable not available here? Okay, let's do console log. We'll come to know whether this is available or not. Right. It is. It is increasing, but oh, you know what happened? So this is not changing, right? Okay. We forgot this. Variables defined the module script are not reactive, right? So ideally, to keep a count of bullets, we should have a store. But let's say, yeah, we can have a hack which could be count bullets fired, and then I can show this here, and I think this should work now. Okay. Okay, because this is, again, this will change when this changes. This should also not work because this is not reactive, right? Interesting. So I should use a store to track the count of bullets. What I was thinking was that even if I basically fire from here or fire from here, it should be basically a variable which I would like to have common across, but I think the better use is a store for that, right? Yeah, and we should do that. Well, last when we did stores, we already covered stores here. If you remember, right? This is, but you can go to the store and still look into that. But how do we create stores? Import table from Svelte store. Sometimes stores. I never remember. We'll just come to know. Export let bullets fired equal to revenue. We'll give initial value 0, and then we'll import here. Import from just make this. Yep. What did I do wrong? Sorry for the background noise. See. Yep. Huh. Okay. Bullet fire rectangle model screen will not be reactive. Finally they said that. Okay. Finally I'll do this. Bullets count plus. Or should I do this? Am I assigning to a constant? Why am I assigning to a constant? Yeah, this is smart of me, right? Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay. We can have reload, we can have, total number roughly every time it clicks reload, this becomes 6. Yeah, so now we can also have, a function like reload here, which we can actually declare in module. That would make sense, right? Which will restore, which will set the, and then we can use reload to count up to like maximum 6 bullets. We can use fire to count maximum 6 bullets, right? Oh, interesting. Let max bullets equal to we'll do this. We'll remove bullets fired from here. We'll remove bullets fired from everywhere. Now we'll track max bullets equal to 6, right? Bullets fired is not defined. Where do we need it? Do we need it anywhere? Oh, yeah, in the console. Okay, so now we will track that maximum bullets one can let's define this function fired. Okay, if dollar bullets count is greater than is equal to 6, you have to reload. Okay, and if dollar bullets count is less than 6, we let it plus bullets count. Oh, not 6, max bullets. Less than max bullets, we let them max bullets. Actually define magazine. Why max bullet? Let magazine, right? You can have only these many bullets in your magazine. You also got it mag though. Okay, on click, we actually call the function fire. 3, 4, 5. Okay, it just cannot reference store value inside script. Okay, no issues. We can define it here. Unexpected token. Okay, we just define it nowhere. Okay. Reload. Yep, it works. Now similarly we can build some magazine for both the cases. So magazine could have been a store also, but for fire, or actually we can make, so we can make a component gun. Let's do that. Gun to Svelte, right? And let's just shift this to here, context module. So in a game, you'll have just one gun, right? No matter wherever you use the, and we can actually define it as trigger, right? And we can import the gun here and the gun here, and we can say gun. Okay, so now we'll have just move it here. So I'll have gun and I'll have reload. Okay. It's very similar to on click. We should be able to reset the value of bullets count to 0. Okay, that's what we do. Equal to 0. Now we import script. Yeah, we import reload. Sorry. Okay. Load from dot svelte, import trigger from trigger dot svelte. Okay, and then we push first trigger and then we push reload. Okay, so fire. Okay, we don't have the magazine here. Import let magazine, and we should pass magazine in the gun. Sorry, export let magazine. Okay. Reload, fire, reload. So this way, yeah, and I can do a lot more here actually in the module. If you think about it, I can. So what happens if this is not in the module? Let's see. Okay. Actually, nothing changed in this case. We just constant which can get initialized. Yeah, so it won't make much of a difference. But you can imagine, like, actually, we can put some stuff up here, right, for this gun in basically the gaming context, where in this gun case, I would like that, like, there are two months to the gun, and I would like some things to be loaded only once for both the initializations, right? I'll I'll just put it here. It could be even the image, um, because let's say I'm loading an image for this gun as a skin. If I put it here, it will load it every time I initialize the component. If I put it here, it loads it only once when the component gets when it's evaluated for the first time. So, or I mean, if I would like to, let's say, if I would like to reload the state of the game last saved, like how many bullets were left, right? I will put it here just once, no many how many times the. So these kind of things will actually help me in the module. This is just an example. Okay, guys, I think I'll let you play with module, come up with the ideas, post in comments, and yeah, after the break, we'll start with the next part. Till then, get some rest, do some stretching, give you guys a good exercise, keep coding. Bye bye.